before the pandemic, nearly 17 million passengers travelled through London Luton Airport, making it the fifth biggest airport in the UK and the fourth largest airport, 7 in London area, after Heathrow, Gatwick and Stansted. What measures have you taken to help reduce the impact of COVID on the airport, get passengers, get people to travel through London Luton Airport, and also steer it back towards recovery?
Well, as you know, Luton, we're no different from anywhere else. The aviation industry has, as a whole, taken a massive battering from COVID, and we're still recovering. And recovery is going to be slow. Obviously, it's had a huge impact on our passenger numbers. It's also had a huge impact on our ability to provide, funding for the local voluntary sector, the charities, our charitable partners. And also, we also provide a dividend to Luton Council that enables them to provide frontline services to the local communities. That's also had an impact on that. But I was just looking at the figures, for last year, this year. So since the pandemic started, we still remain one of the busiest. In 2020, we were carrying 5.4 million passengers. I mean, obviously, that's just a drop in the ocean of what we usually carry in terms of numbers. This year, over the summer, we had around 1.2 million passengers that flew through, London Luton Airport in July and August, to visit family, friends, and take those, easing of restrictions, to take a holiday and stuff. But however, what we did do, which makes us so unique, basically this mantra of us being a community airport, is that we continued throughout the pandemic to provide emergency funding to our charities and our voluntary sector so that they can continue helping, the most vulnerable in our society, in our local communities. So that's the homeless, the elderly, and those children that are suffering from poverty. So we continue to do that. But and we continue to call on the government for more support for the aviation industry as a whole, including the travel industry. We're hoping that with the sort of overhaul of a traffic light system that nobody understood, that may help, and also the government's commitment to obviously making testing a bit cheaper, that may also assist. But however, we're optimistic about our own recovery and about us, our airport picking up where we left off pre-pandemic. But we're an airport that's focused entirely on providing support and improving people's lives, in order to ensure that we drive economic and also employment growth in our town. And our investment in our airport is basically about our investment in our future and in our young people, because providing for our future generations. Which is why, a few months ago, Luton Council took the decision to stabilise the airport by pumping in about £190 million, which was important to stabilise our airport, because it's a community asset, and it's going to it is a key driver for employment prospects and also for economic growth for our future generations. But I just want to make one thing clear here. When we decided to stabilise, and we have stabilised, this stabilisation was vital, but it's come at no net cost to the local taxpayer. So that means there's no impact on council tax, there's no impact on services, and no impact on the council's reserves. This is a community asset we've invested in. I mean, our airport is a community asset, and it delivers, for the communities, and it's owned and it's stewarded by our local community, by our local communities, and it's about creating that impact and transforming those lives through our voluntary and charitable sector, which we can continue to do, which is so vital in our economy, and so vital for most of our people in our communities that are unable to get that better quality of life elsewhere. So our airport is the number 1 leading community airport, and we are optimistic that we are going to get back to those same passenger level numbers. But however, that means being prudent with our investing in our airport, which we've done, because we believe in giving back.